Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I hope everyone has a wonderful day today as usual, and if it's a crafting day then it's going to be all the better. Well, yesterday I said I hadn't got a clue what I was going to do today and that we should make something, and perhaps it may turn out to be a disaster. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make something, and I'm going to attempt to make a card and an envelope using Surprise Creation slimline dies. Now this is a double set of dies, and of course they will be linked below, so I'm going to be using these in my attempt to make an envelope and a card. Now the card is going to be an incredibly quick one, just using stickers, and it's a very cheap and easy way to do a card, especially if you're new to card making. Right, so I've just showed you the dies, and I've decided I'm going to use my little last piece of dotty paper. I'm going to use a sheet of white cardstock. I'm going to use my stickers from Dollar Tree. I've just shown you the dies that we're going to use, and I'm going to use some slim tape from Alina Craft. This is important because when you're trying to put your envelope together, when dies are almost the same size, you want to create as much space within the pocket as possible, and using a wider tape would just take up space within your envelope. And we're also going to be using some Dollar Tree, I think they call this Pop Dot foam. It comes in a pack of 3 for $1, and it's just awesome. It's incredibly sticky, so be careful when you stick it down. That's where it's going to stay. And I may need a pair of scissors, and it's nice when I can find my scissors because I usually lose them everywhere. Right, so I'm going to go off and I'm going to cut some paper, and I'm going to be straight back. So first up is the card, and I've cut my paper, and I've also put my Pop Dot foam on the back of there, excuse my throat, which has come from this roll. And look how quick that is, you know. Cut a white base, there you go. Let's take this off. I may stand up in a minute because one of my biggest camera errors is putting things on upside down or not straight. Right, that ripped off really easy. Now, as I said to you before, this stuff is incredibly sticky. Where you put it is where it's going to stay, and I'll just go right there. I think that's okay. Yeah, looks okay. Now, how quick was that? Right, now we get into our stickers, and I'm just going to open these up, and I know that I want the huge cake that's in here, so it's going to be a vertical slimline because I need to be able to fit the length of that cake on, and I had already measured it to make sure that it would go the width of this slimline die. So carefully peeling that off. Now this is dimensional, and of course the problem could occur in, can I use the same dies to make an envelope? So we're going to find out. So right down at the bottom there is where I want my cake, so I've got that on there, super quick and easy. I'm going to use this red party hat because I really like that, and I'm going to pop that off at a jaunty angle at the top, a little bit of it there just poking out over onto the white, and then I think I'm going to go for the camera. Quite like that, and it's black, so it'll be a good contrast, and I'm going to put that at a jaunty angle there. There we go. Nothing says birthday more than hats, cake and photographs. So that is the cards. That's finished. Look how quick that was. I mean, I could add more stickers to it if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to save these four to do another one. So really, you know, from Dollar Tree, that's 50 cents worth of stickers. Right, so that's the card all finished, and you saw how quick that was. I'm now going to go and cut the cardstock to try and make an envelope. That's when I think it's going to be some fun. Okay, I'm back, and what I did was I cut 3 sheets from that 12 by 12 cardstock paper, and we've still got a piece left, so that's really, really good. So that's what I managed to achieve from a 12 by 12 sheet, and of course also the panel for the front of my slimline card. So turning these over, because we need to work on the insides, I can now kind of line a couple up there and see whereabout on this sheet of cardstock how much space I've got, remembering that I've got dimension on the pieces that I put on. Now you can see the width of the tape that I'm using here, and that's going to go right up to the edges. But first of all, what I need to do is I need to, I think, score this in by 1/2 inch so that it will fit onto there and it will come up and it will create a flap at the front like that, so that you can see the card when you've lifted the flap. So let me just dash off and score that, and I'll be straight back. Okay, so I scored it at 1/2 inch, and at the top and the bottom of the 1/2 inch I've got my sticky tape. So I'm going to peel this off and see what happens now. Of course, when you're just working on the bare bones of something, you've always got a chance to change it. So let's get this lined up, and I think that's it. So we've got that down there, and then that should fold nicely across the crease. I do have one of my bone tools here. And look at that, twice in 1 week I'm using one. I should get a gold star for that. So what we've created is a front piece, obviously, that's lower than the back piece, so that hopefully when the recipient gets their card, let's find the bottom of that, they'll be able to see the top of their card just poking up. Now, looking at the space that I've got there, this may be an envelope that bulges slightly, so, you know, let's just go for it. I'm going to put some tape down in here. Let's move it into camera so that you can see. And of course, when you've only got one sort of like die set to use, this is kind of like what I'm basing this on, then you need to use thin tape so that you can get as much of whatever into there as you possibly can. And go up there. I'm going to cut that off. Right. Now, my flap is going to go onto the outside, and it could be actually that I could either go all the way down and do that, which maybe I think I don't want to do. I don't know. It's one of those things, isn't it? I'm sitting here staring at it, and I know you're thinking, what on earth is she doing? I think I'm actually going to guillotine this and take 1 inch off the top. So I'll be straight back. Okay, so I guillotined 1 inch off, and then I scored it 1/4 inch, and I've run 2 strips of adhesive tape down there. And this is the other part of our envelope, and this needs to go onto the outside. So who knows if this is going to work, but we're about to find out, so stick with me. Right, let's get this off. I have a feeling that I may have made my card 2-dimensional to achieve it, but regardless of whether it's achieved or not, you can use this as an envelope for a flat card. Just want to finagle it into position so that it's straight and butted up to that scored line there. and then I'm going to go down that, and that should then fold over, which it does. This bit needs to go up to here, so time to take this off. Oops. I mean, I do have an envelope board, but I don't know if you know that the larger you get, the more paper you start to use. Although I do like it. Right, so that's what we've got so far. Now, does it fit? I'm saying no. Oh, actually, I want to put it that way around because I don't want to squish my tassel on my hat. Did that fit? Now, there's something down there that's preventing it from going further, because I'm pretty sure that this fits. So the error is with me, and I'm just going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to push that into there. I think it needs to go up at the top and down. There you go. Look at that. Yay! We did it! That could have a lovely little seal on there. Happy birthday or something. You can do anything there. You can use a cam snap if you want to. That's how it looks on the back. I mean, I suppose if you weren't using the pattern paper, that would look tidier, but you could always put a little trim or something along there. But how awesome. Look at that. We got a card and an envelope out of a 12 by 12 sheet and some stickers, and my camera is still only on 12 minutes. Right. So that was Surprise Creations double set of slimline dies. It was our Dollar Tree stickers, which I think are awesome. If I find some more of these, I'm going to grab a lot. And our pop dot tape. And what else did we use? We used a Lena Craft skinny tape and a pair of scissors, and of course a bone folding tool. And I've got another one here, and there's a blue one over there too. So I've been good with that this week. Right, you have a fabulous day as usual. All links below, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.